Welcome back to the farmstead and welcome to 2025. Well, here we are. It's January. And what does January mean for us? That means pantry challenge. And today we're in the pantry, which is a disaster, but we're going to fix that. And we're going to start thinking about ways that we are going to use the things that we already have instead of going to the grocery store all the time. Now, we have spent a lot of time amassing all of this, both buying it and preserving it. And we want to make sure that the way that we're doing this and the things that we're spending our time, energy, and money on are what our family is really using. So, our guidelines are along the lines of what Jessica from Three Rivers Homestead does in her pantry challenge. The rules are, there are no rules. You go by rules and guidelines that you set for yourself. What do you want to accomplish? What do you hope to achieve during this time period? Now, I think she does 2 months. We're going to set aside only January. And our goals are, we want to use the things that we have on hand. We know we're going to need to go to the grocery store for milk, eggs, Diet Coke, and probably the tortillas that Papa uses for his breakfast burritos. So, other than that, we probably will need some carrots and onions. We have some in the freezer, but we're going to be making bone broth this month. And so we'll probably need some more of those and maybe some celery. But other than that, we're going to be very mindful of using first what we have. So, to begin with, we need to do something about this. It's a mess. But I've bought some more bins and I've got some tools that are going to help us get organized and hopefully stay organized. But you need to see the freezers too. So, come on, let me show you the freezers. Come on, they're not that bad. They're rough, but they're not that bad. Come on. Up first, the refrigerator freezer. Kind of a mishmash of just all the things shoved in it. So at some point, we will need to sort through all of that. Yay! And then we have a dress freezer. And this is a small one. It's not a huge one. But it's big enough for what we need. And it is quite the mishmash as well. Everything kind of just gets chunked in there. Now way down in there is the rest of the pig that we put in there earlier this year. With lots of bacon and sausage. Somewhere. Gotta find it. And then there's the upright freezer. It's pretty jam-packed as well. Yeah. I had it organized at one time, but not so much now. Now you will notice this was my Christmas present. There's about 50 pounds of chicken bones in there. And that's what we're going to make broth out of. We're going to need to eat these pies. We're going to need to make some cobblers. Oh yeah, it's going to be a good month. So Papa's got a bunch of his stuff stacked here too. We've got lots of canned things all stacked up. Things we've been out and out of. Those, I've got a special plan for those because they keep falling on my head. And then there's all of this. I told you, it's a mess. Can't even open our cabinet here which in itself is not horrible, but it needs some work. I'm a little overwhelmed, but I think the only thing we can do is just jump right in and see what happens. Now, Papa has graciously moved some of his things back over to his side of the room, so we got a little bit of room to work. So let's just jump in and see what happens. And as we go along, I'll show you some of the containers that I've bought to help us get a little more organized. So here are some buckets I bought. And I think these are Papa's tools he was looking for recently. Whoops. We're going to put those over here on his table for him. And this is just odds and ends, sponges, cords, and buckets to have in case something comes up and we need buckets. So that's what that is. Now I have a whole basket full of apple butter things that our daughter made for Papa. So those are going to need to find a home. I've been restocking some of my bottled water supply. Okay, so all of my labeling that I did last video we did has come in very handy. So I'm going to stack some things in here and see if maybe we need to amend those. Okay, see, like right here, I have my hot cowboy candy. And I have that almost still full, but we have some sweet jalapenos that we made this year that need a home. So we're going to put those in there, and I will come back through and I'll amend that sticker. Okay. Have a tub of spoons and forks and napkins. And I've had these kinds of things in about 6 different places. And I finally found one tub for them. So we're going to move those over. And I'll show you that tub in a minute. Okay. Here is an example of something that I am going to discard because we didn't need it. We didn't like it. We didn't need it. And this is ketchup that I tried to make. And we just didn't like it. So there's no reason these are going to sit here and take up space. So I'm going to take these to the kitchen so that I can discard them and wash the jars. But in the same box, we have sloppy Joe Bix, which we do like. So that's going to stay. Okay, taking these to the kitchen. Somehow or other, I've ended up with 2 jars of sweet little gherkins. So those are going to have to find a home. All right. Ground beef. Been using that. And that typically goes in the big brown cabinet. We've got some zesty salsa. I'm going to put that in here with the Sloppy Joe mix because it's a tomato product. Stray can of salsa verde. I have 3 jars chicken stock left. 3 quarts and 4 pints. And we're going to need to make more. right here I have mandarin oranges. And these were made prior to the batch that I have sitting out. So I'm going to take a box, put the newer ones on bottom, and the older ones on top, because we need to eat them first. These are all newer. Okay. Those are ones that need to be eaten first. All right, so I'm feeling really good about this area right there. Yay. That is another situation. For that, I have bought some of these rectangular closet bins. And my thought is that we can put the things to where they stack sideways. Need some scissors. Be right back. Okay, so those things keep falling on my head when I go down to get them. So I'm thinking if we stack them like this, then I can pull them out from the end and maybe they won't fall on my head. Okay, all right. These need to go over there. We'll work on that in a little while. Let's take this one down. Now this is trash bag land. There we go. I need to be able to put these to where I can see what they are. Look at there. Okay, let's put the other one together for the Ziploc bags. See, it all falls down. Now I looked for plastic bins, but they were tapered, and I didn't want tapered. So these are a great square alternative. Rectangular. All right, so this says 80, but it doesn't say gallon. I'm thinking marker. Gallon. Okay, that one does say quart. Quart. Plastic wrap. Now these are great big, like 55 gallon. And if need be, I can go get a rubber band to put around them. Bottle. Perfect. Let's take a little break and get something to drink and come up with a plan for that. So here's the tub I have bought for all things party supplies. We had everybody over, I got to looking, and I had napkins and cups and things in about 6 different drawers. So to consolidate that, I bought one tub. which I may or may not have already overpacked. So anytime I come in here and take something out and think, hey, I need to replace that, by the time I get over to my phone to type it in on my little order list, I usually forget. So I have made myself a little board to hang. Now this is an antique, so I don't really want to put the command strips on there, put nails on it or anything. But on the top, there is a little ledge here. So I have got some thumbtacks. Let me set these down before I spill them. I've got a dry erase board. I've put a little ribbon on it. I'm going to poke that through. And I'm going to put it in that ledge. And that will hold it. And then for my pens, I made me a cute little holder. And I'm going to take it into the same little ledge. That way my pens are right here and I don't walk off with them. So anytime I take out something I need to replace, write it on my board, and then when I get ready to order, I come in and do my little order, erase it, and we're good to go. Isn't that clever of me? Okay, here we are. We are somewhat organized again. Now, I'm more than a little embarrassed to tell you this took me a couple hours. Should not have gotten that bad, but hey, that's life, and it did. So, tomorrow, we start our challenge. So come along. I'll show you all the things that we do, how we use things that we already have, how we mix and match and make the best of all the things that we worked so hard to gather and provide for our family. So, before we go, I'll take you around and show you all the things that we've done, all the sections of this room and the kitchen pantry. Now, in clearing out this room, I did pick up a few things that we need to use. We've got 1 can of carrots, a can of sweet cream corn. We've still got turkey gravy left from Thanksgiving. So these are the things I'm going to put in there on the bar in the kitchen, and I'm going to leave them there until we use them. Except for the pecans. I'm going to vacuum seal those and put them in the freezer. But, yep, there we go. There we have it. Come along for the ride. It's going to be fun. Thanks for watching. See you soon.